Egypt's participation at the 2018 London Design Biennale is titled Modernist Indignation. It highlights Al-Imara magazine, which is the first Arabic language design magazine that was dedicated to contemporary architecture in Egypt. It was founded in 1939 until 1959. Sayyid Karim established the magazine at the same time that he established his architectural practice in Cairo. The exhibition occupies two small rooms in Somerset House. The main room features a central display that highlights the magazine and tells the story of its founding and also introduces audiences to Sayyid Karim. Also part of this display is a grid of buildings that were published throughout the duration of the magazine. So one of the things that the exhibition tries to highlight is this kind of loss that's constantly taking place. So the erasure of the title of the magazine on the floor is one of the ways that visitors are participating in this unknowingly. And as you're looking at the exhibition, particularly in the perimeter panels, you're constantly seeing yourself as part of the narrative.
The main display piece, we used a lot of the materials, and similarly for the outside, that are all of the modernist era. So we were really keen to use stainless steel, concrete, which is obviously one of the main building components, and mirror, which was something that was used a lot. And one of the other key components was that of the neon, which references the main neon pendant inside Karim's house, who is the main architect and author of this magazine.
The very simple gesture of a rectangle with a diagonal line across signifies erasure, what's been lost, demolition, unrecoverable information, and so on, which are all themes deeply integrated into the present condition of the history of modernist architecture in Egypt today. Sayyid Karim realized the significance of magazines and the importance of creating one for Egypt at the time, and so it was at that moment that he realized it's fundamental for a magazine to be established in Egypt to record the contemporary architecture of the time, but also to help promote the field in general. Sayyid Karim spent the first 10 years of the magazine's life focusing on editing and producing sort of discourse around modernist design, about architecture, what is architecture. One of Sayyid Karim's polemical texts, which appears in the very first issue of Al-Imara, is What is Architecture? And we have featured, let's say, highlights from this text in the video that was commissioned to be part of the exhibition. The video was produced by Ahmed Tahoun and Ahmed as creative directors, and it is filmed right here in the house of Sayyid Karim, which is located in Maadi. The house of Sayyid Karim, where we're standing, was built in 1948. I think it's the most realized materialization of his ideas about modern architecture in the Egyptian context. The house is built around a large tree that was already on the site, and so it takes the shape of an L in order to avoid the tree. By doing so, the buildable area shrinks, and so in order to maximize the area of the garden, a part of the house is lifted on columns, and this is actually where we enter. For Sayyid Karim, modernism is not about style, it's about materials and technologies. And in his polemic, What is Architecture, from 1939, he basically says that the more the world has access to the same materials, the more our architectures will be united.